So today I decided I want to share a personal story with you, a story that I never shared before. And why I decided this is that recovery itself is not an easy process. And a lot of the times this is not the only thing that is happening in your life. So if you are recovering from any kind of injury, you cannot live in some sort of box and nothing else is actually happening. And a lot of the times people are saying, I realized, I discovered who my true friends are, and actually people who I thought that they are my friends, they're actually not my friends. Or they're saying, well, I realized that my spouse is not really so supportive, or I just don't know who to ask for help because people around me, they just don't get me and they're just saying all the time, get over this. And recovery, like I said, recovery itself is not an easy process. But that saying, when it rains, it pours. So a lot of the times, a lot of stuff happens at the same time. And that happened to me as well. So the story is that we moved to New Zealand in 2012, July 2012, and I fractured my ankle the last day of October 2012. And just after the surgery, so I think it was 2 weeks after the surgery, the guy, and I'm not gonna say his name, committed suicide. And why this affected me so much is that we knew him for a few months. And this was the owner of the company that Jerry worked for. He was working there as a skydiving instructor. And when we moved to New Zealand, when you are moving to another country, it's just amazing if you have someone who, who takes care of you and just show you, how to handle things. So we moved to the owners of that where Jerry worked for 2-3 weeks, something like that. We were living there, and it was just amazing. People who actually never ever met us opened their door of their house and just invited us in. And we, not just me, but we really felt like a part of the family. And since I don't have any contact with my family, and this is a long story for maybe another time, another tea talk, coffee talk. I'm not gonna go into any details, but since I don't have any contact with my family, I actually really felt like being a part of their family. So when this friend committed suicide, I really felt like someone from my family committed suicide. And the thing is that when this happened, I was in bed in my cast number 6 probably, that I got like 6 casts in 2 weeks time, and I just couldn't do anything. I was there, and I remember I was just sitting in bed when we got the news. Of course, everybody was looking for him, and he didn't commit suicide in their house. He committed suicide outdoors. So people were just looking for him, and I wanted so much to help, not just to search for him, but also to be there for his family, for his wife and children. And this is not an easy thing when you lose spouse or your father, and I mean it was tough. So the thing is that it caused a lot of suffering for me, because I just couldn't be there for others, and I couldn't do anything. I was in bed with my leg up high, and I still remember I was sitting and I was just praying and calling him and just say, please, please, please don't be dead. Just please come home. And but the thing is that after a few hours, Jerry called me and he said, they found him, and he committed suicide. So I wouldn't say that, I wouldn't say that I was depressed, but it really affected me. I was crying a lot. I was just it was tearing me apart. And a lot of people didn't understand why this affected me so much, because we knew him for a few months, and people who knew him for years, they weren't actually crying. They were like, yeah, something bad happened, but that's life. But the thing when you injured yourself, you are actually pretty fragile. Well, I was. And something like that, when something like that happened as well, first of all the emotions and everything are just going through the roof. And hard it was also, like I said at the beginning, it was hard for me also because I really felt that someone from my family committed suicide and I couldn't do anything. And why I'm sharing this is that, whatever is going on in your life right now, know that it will pass, and that you will go through this, and you will come out even stronger than you are right now. And yes, I'm talking a lot about positive thinking and have happy thoughts, but sometimes life just happens and you cannot be happy all the time. And I'm not saying that you have to be happy all the time, because you wouldn't be a person, then you would be a robot if you would be just like, yeah, I'm happy all the time and everything is fine. But life happens. So just, if something bad is happening right now with you, just know that there are people who can help you, and ask for help. And also know that this will pass. And I love that quote, and I don't know whose quote it is, but it's something, I hope I'm gonna say it right. It's something, you survived 100% of your worst days, so this will pass as well. And yes, this will pass. But I also know that in this moment, if you are really suffering, don't try and just push it away, or don't try to be fake and be in smile and say, yeah, I'm totally positive. Because if you're suffering on the inside, talk to someone, ask for help, and just have the courage, and don't give up. Never ever ever give up. And like I said, I'm not gonna go into my whole life story, but and I know that a lot of the times people don't agree with me, and when I'm saying things really happen for a reason, and I don't know why this had to happen in my life, why I had to go through this. But if I wouldn't be looking at life like this, I wouldn't be sitting today here. I swear to God or whoever, I wouldn't be sitting here, because things that were happening to me in my life, other coffee time or tea time. But yeah, whatever is happening to you right now, I think there is a reason for this, and the reason might be just that you're gonna get stronger, and you'll have another experience in your life. And even hard things that happen to us, because of those things, we are like we are. And I know that if all those bad things wouldn't happen to me in my life, I wouldn't be a person that I am today. I wouldn't be a coach that I am today. I wouldn't be able to connect with people and really understand their suffering. And just know that you're gonna get through this. And if you need any help, ask for help. Don't think that you have to go through this alone. And a lot of the times, and this is almost every person that I talk to, my client or just someone who, I don't know, like my friends or whoever injured themselves, like I would say that 90% of people that I talked to, all of them said, it's really hard to ask for help. I don't want to feel like a burden to my family or friends, and I just don't know how to ask for help. And maybe this experience, maybe this injury that you have right now and that you are recovering from, maybe this is also the reason why this happens, so that you learn how to ask for help, and that you know that you are good enough and that you deserve to get the help that you need. So how I went through that, well, Jerry was with me. We were both crying a lot, and it affected him as well. And yeah, I don't know how I went through. I was just crying a lot and waiting for the time to pass. But that's not the only way how you can go through difficult moments in your life. So yeah, this is for today. Know that you are not alone. Know that you deserve to get the help that you need, and that you are worth it. And I wish you the best and the most speediest recovery possible. And if something horrible is happening right now, know that there is the light. There is a light at the end of this tunnel, and you're gonna get through this. And sometimes tissues are happening as well. This is what I wanted to share with you. And yeah, that's it. So I'll see you next time. And if you need any support, one option is to join our support group, Iron Build Flexible Ankles. That's the online course for the injured ankles, but Injury Recovery BFF. So this is the support group that, I would say that this is the most amazing group that there is, because they are just people who are there and who are really helping and are so positive and so willing to help. So yeah, if you need support, then join our support group, Injury Recovery BFFs. And if you are recovering from injured ankle, then ironbuildflexibleankles.com. That's the other thing that you might also need. So that was for today. I hope this helps in any way, and yeah, talk to you next time. Love ya.